What's up? Get in the room. Get in the room. Hit the like button as you come in the room. I want to ask a question. Tonight's topic is $30 enough to send your girlfriend for lunch? There was a chick, female, on a viral video that said her boyfriend sent her $30 for lunch and it wasn't enough. What is homegirl eating more that $30 couldn't cover for lunch? Do you think $30 is enough to cover lunch? Do you think that she's asking for too much? How much is enough? How much is not enough? Let me know what you think. Is $30 not enough for lunch? Do you think she's asking for too much? Do you think she's asking for too much? How much is enough? Her boyfriend cashed at $30 for lunch. Do you think he should have cashed at the $100? What do you think? Do you think that $30 is not enough money for lunch, or what is the right amount that her boyfriend should have sent to her? How much should he have cashed at the? How much should he have sent to her? Favorite NFL team? Well, my guy, I'm a Ravens fan. Baltimore Ravens all day. And I'm guessing you're a Mahomes fan, so you like the Kansas City Chiefs. Hey, what's up, super guy? Let me ask you guys, do you think $30 is enough for lunch? Do you think your girlfriend needs more than $30 for lunch? Or do you think that is just being greedy? If she says, I need more than that. Mahomes fan says, yeah. But Lamar is super good. Yeah. I'm ready for another Super Bowl win from my guys, man. We need another ring, man. We need another ring. 30, $40. What about you, super guy? What do you think? Is $30 enough, or is she being greedy? Do you think that $30 is enough for lunch for your girlfriend? Or do you think she's being greedy, like the girl is being greedy? What do you think? Let me know. Mason the gamer. Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? Hit the like button as you come in the room. Yeah, you guys got Derrick Henry now. I'm excited about our chances, $100. Okay, Mason the gamer. Are you $100? So you're saying $100 is what needed for lunch? I mean, are y'all gonna be getting steak? Is she gonna be getting steak and lobster? Is steak and lobster for lunch on a work day? That's a lot of money for lunch. You can go to TGI Fridays or something and spend about 40 to $50 for two people. $100 is a lot of money for lunch. What are you getting? Because you got to think about it. It's one person. It's just one person. We're going to Outback. But all right, let's say it's just you. It's only one person. It's one person. It can't be that much, really. I mean, even if you have an appetizer and then you have your main entree. So do you think? I mean, that might would be for 5 people. No, but the scenario. I'm saying for one person because the guy cashed at his girlfriend $30 for lunch. So the scenario isn't for 5 people. It's just one person. It's the girl has said that $30 wasn't enough for her, and her boyfriend cashed at $30. So that's what I'm going off of. Just one person. $30 for one person and for lunch. That's what Mahomes fan says. Do y'all agree with Mahomes fan? $30 for one person and for lunch. What do you think? Let me know. Because a lot of women online are talking about I need $100 for lunch. He doesn't know how much I spend and all this. Okay, 50 to 60. 50 to 60. That's a little more realistic. It depends on where you're going, I guess. 50 to 60 can be kind of high, but that's a little more reasonable. That's a little more reasonable. Or 30 or 40. That's a little more reasonable as well. I would say 30, 40. It depends on where you're going. Um, well, let me ask you this, everybody is in the chat. Do you think what women expect from their husbands or boyfriends? Do you think what women expect nowadays financially is just outrageous, is unreasonable? Do you think what women expect out of their boyfriends is unreasonable? What do you think? Is it outrageous? Is it unreasonable what they expect? Tell me in the comments. Do you think that women's expectations monetarily are unreasonable? Let me know. What do you think? My home fan says if you have a girl that needs 100 just for lunch, she is a greedy girl. Mason the gamer says, "Do you like sports?" I like this is how I look at it. I like the Ravens, but I get more into it into the playoff season when there's more at stake. I like when it's more at stake when it's in the playoffs. It's more at stake. It's more to lose. And Reaper says, "Can I have dinner at your house?" Already had dinner, Reaper. It's too late. I already cooked. Mason the gamer. So this is what I'm asking everybody. Do you think that modern women's expectations, yes or no, or whatever you have to say, do you think what they want financially, monetarily, do you think do you think they are asking for too much out of men these days? Are they asking for too much money out of men these days? Or do you think no, they're not asking for too much? What do you think? Mahomes says, let him cook now. Let me know what you think. Let me know. I don't know. I think that a lot nowadays, what's going on is social media is telling a lot of women that they should be asking for more and more money, and I think it's kind of getting out of hand. Everybody wants to be supported. Everybody wants to be with somebody that has some funds, but when you start talking about 800 and 600,000, $1 million, how many people can really fit that role? How many people? How many people are really making six figures out here in today's economy? Do you think that women are asking for too much? Because I don't even see guys making that amount of money. Most guys are kind of like, they're making it, and they're making it, but they aren't making that kind of money. Jay Davis says everybody needs validation. So you too much is never enough. So you think that they're just pulling these numbers out of the air because they want validation. Say, hey, I want a guy with $1 million. I want a guy with six figures. They say they want the three sixes. 6 foot, 6 inches, 6 million. I mean, is that realistic? Is that being realistic? No, they just hustling. So you think they just BSing? They just full of it. They just asking for whatever they think they could get something, but they just putting out there, hey, I want $1 million. I want someone that can give me six figures, or somebody that can give me a million or a millionaire. Where would they even meet millionaires at? Like, where do you meet millionaires at? Where would you even find a guy or be around a person that makes that kind of money? Or are they just among us, with the regular people? Jay Davis says, "Don't hate though. Go and get it. If they have unreal expectations, forget about them." That's true. But is there everyday women now that have those expectations? Because it looks like nowadays that's what the majority of women are talking about. Are we are we are we in a situation where women are just saying anything? Women are just saying these numbers out of the top of their head just to say it. Or are they full of it? Because a lot of guys said they sleeping with guys that don't have $2 in their pocket. Jay Davis says credit is the new age slavery, and that's how most of these people have money. That may be true. People living off their credit card. Bruh, you know they lying. Well, that's what they say they want. Can they get what they want? That's the question. Slaves to the game. Can they get what they want? How many millionaires even there to go around? Are they sleeping with a guy that has anything going on financially? Or are they not, or it's all a bunch of BS? That's crazy. That's crazy. Love what you do, bro. They'll never get what they want because it's too much is never enough. Smooth criminal. Trump 2024 MAGA. Are you up here doing political ads, man? Well, let me ask you this, smooth criminal. Why are you voting for Trump? Why are you in MAGA's camp? What's going on? What do you think? Jay Davis says Trump also. Why should I vote for Trump? Why do you think if you red pill? You think Trump is red pill? Is that what you're saying? I love it when people repeat it on their live. Well, you got me. You fooled me. But smooth criminal, Jay Davis, why should I vote for Trump? What do I get? What is the what is the reason that I should vote for Donald Trump? Don't vote. Okay. Well, I'm asking you a question. You a shorty, I'll beat your ass on BD. Or you a gangbanger? You gang banging online? Cause the Dems are lying and stealing. You know the Republican Party was the original abolitionist party. I've heard that's a talking point that the Republicans use. I'm a registered independent. I don't care for either party. Tell you the truth. Smooth Criminal says it doesn't matter who you vote for. They are all. Yep, there you go. It doesn't matter who you vote for. They are all against us. And that's what I'm voting for right there. Real life, me too. I voted for Trump in 16 and Biden in 20. No point. They both trash. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Lil Legend, why you sending online threats to me, bro? What's up with that, yo? Um, this the thing. This is how I feel about it, man. Both these political parties, man, they pander to two different sides. One side, they're looking out for corporate interests, big business. Now, the Republican side is good for the stock market because they look out for big business. They demonize black people. They play upon white fear. You get me? They play upon white fear. The Democrats, they pander to minorities. They pander to blacks. They pander to, well, actually, they try not to give black people anything, but say they're going to give black people something. And they're definitely in the gay camp. Like the alphabet community, they're down with that alphabet community hardcore. Like they'll ride or die for the alphabet community in the Democrat Party. And then there's immigration. They want the immigrants to come in because that's going to be more voters. That's going to be more people voting Democrat. Jay Davis, honestly, though, they have to. They divide and therefore conquer us as a people. I think we need to focus on our communities and working together, economic development. Um, they say that we have the spending power. The black dollar has the spending power of a small nation, of a small community, of a small country. So I think that we need to work on having that black dollar bounce around the community a few more times before it leaves Black America. Marriage, Politics, and Sports says if black men want to send a message, whether we vote Republican or not, we need to break the hold of the Democrats. I agree, definitely to an extent. I don't like the part about Republicans. And look, man, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I keep it a buck. I don't like that they have to down black folks. Everything they say is the negative thing about black people. If they were keeping a buck, man, why don't they talk about other stuff, other groups? Just like certain groups. Certain groups that run Hollywood and let me be careful. Certain groups, if you talk about certain groups, you'll be blackballed. They'll keep you out of Hollywood. They'll keep you out of entertainment industry if you say something about certain groups. Nobody talks about the Tulsa race massacre. Of course. Marriage, Politics, and Sports says Malcolm X said the white liberal is the black man's biggest enemy. I think I heard that also. I think it's a little more complex than that. I think racism and white supremacy goes on both sides of the political fence. They don't, though, my guy. The Illuminati. Big black business was going somewhere, then the white man shut them down. Pick your poison. One group's that panders to you and pees in your face, or the party that calls you names. Yeah, I agree. I think they all poison. I think they all poison. Um, we sent billions of dollars overseas to fight the war in the Ukraine. Why can't that money go to healthcare, go to things to bail out the working man? No one bails out the working man. They just say, you know what? The working man is not too big to fail. The working man can go to hell. But we can bail out the Ukraine, we can bail out the banks, and we can bail out the airlines, and we can bail out all these other corporate entities. But when it comes to the little guy, when it comes to the working man, we can't bail him out. And I don't understand why rent is no rent control on why rent is so expensive. You know, why can't they control rent? That's a part of where people's income is just going to die. That money could go back into the economy and get spent. Smooth Criminal says both parties are the same exact party. They just keep lying and spending our money. They blew $4 trillion in the Middle East, and what did that get us? Now they are doing the same with the Ukraine. Well, America wants to be the world police. That's a big part of what being American is. We want to be the world police, but we don't look at the things in our own backyard. We are bailing out the world in the meantime. You can't control rent because corporate America has infiltrated housing. That's probably true too. The money that we spent on these other countries, nation building, that could go directly. The money that we spend on nation building and being the world police, that could go directly into the pockets of Americans, black, white, Hispanic, Asian, poor, red states, blue states. That money that goes to those other countries, that could go directly into Americans' pockets. I don't see why we couldn't have more federal jobs. Why couldn't we have more federal jobs with those monies that we send overseas? But we have a party that wants the poor to suffer, and then we have a party that's pushing a agenda. Yet we're putting illegals in unarmed positions. Yeah, those are future Democrat voters. That's what that's about. They're trying to replace black people. The Democrats are starting to see they're eventually going to have to give us reparations, or they're going to have to give us some of the things we want. They can't just keep giving us promises. They're going to have to pay off. So they don't want to have to pay off. It looks like I was N-word by P. Diddy. Nah, I never met P. Diddy, my dear. I never met him. Did you ever meet him? Did you ever hang out with him? But no, I never met P. Diddy. I don't know nothing about that guy. This election is going to be something, man. I don't know. I don't know what the hell is going to happen. Smooth Criminal says they only give a blank for a vote. I say throw it back in their face. If they give you a repetition vote for the other guy, for reparation vote for the other guy. Did he gonna go away, you think? Should he? He guilty, filthy, right? It sounds like he's been doing too much. Sound like he's been doing too much, man. This the thing. If you dealing a lot of freaky stuff, right? I'm not saying I don't know. I wasn't there, but if you're dealing a lot of wild stuff and it hits the news, they can try you in the media. So they can say, hey, he's been involved in a lot of wild stuff, and it depends on what you've done. If you use your position of power to do a lot of kinky type stuff, you know, there can be people that come back and use it against you, especially if those folks are not of age or stuff like that. If you used your position of power to coerce them into doing something, that can be like a what you call it, not coercion, I forget what you call it. You use your power against somebody, you use your leverage. And the more filthier and crazier the stuff you do, the more even worse it is and looks. Um, Diddy got caught in the DOD pedo in the DR. That's crazy if that's the case. The tribe's gonna get him touched for running that got him off. It's called extortion. When you get money If you know about celebrities, there's people that always want to shake down celebrities all the time. I'm not saying this is what this is. So you probably need to keep your nose clean, keep yourself away from a lot of drama, because basically, if someone can say that you did something and they pick up on it, like they almost had Ti. They were telling stories on Ti the other year, and finally it dropped. What they do, they build a court of public opinion against you. That's what's been going on with this Me Too stuff. And see, think about R. Kelly. Think about Robert Kelly, right? If he had never got that initial tape, that first tape out there, we probably wouldn't have heard about it. He got a reputation. That's what I want to say. He got a reputation of being a perv. So that's what started it off. That's what kicked it off. So then once he had that reputation, girl one came, girl two, girl three. He did this to me. He did that to me. He's a pervert. They can come after you civilly. If you look at Cassie, Cassie came after Diddy civilly. She sued the nigga. Then when she sued the nigga, that's when more stories start leaking. Men coming out saying Diddy did this to me. Women saying I was underage and he did this. After they kill your public opinion, that's it. They can start coming after you and saying, "Oh, you're part of this and you're part of that." Um, it's unfortunate, man, because we don't have too many black folks that we can look to and say, "Hey, man, he made it and he's on point." But he's going around and just doing a bit of everything. At a certain point, man, I mean, how much sex can you have? How much sex are you gonna have? It's crazy. Straight edge for like keep it clean, don't be shady, and life's good, right? Not necessarily. Still, people can lie on you, but it's kind of true. If you stay out of a lot of nonsense, it might make it a little harder for them to make up stuff on you. If you keep your nose clean, yeah, you can avoid a lot of stuff. Hopefully, enough to fill his ass. y'all wild, man. I don't know, man. Did he get arrested, or is he still on a run? I'm confused on what's going on. Did they arrest Diddy? Did they arrest Diddy, or is Diddy still on a run? Or did Diddy? They arrested his kids, like his sons. Is he still? I'm confused on what the hell's going on. Or the feds building a case against them. I don't know what's going on. Oh, there's no arrest yet. Is Diddy still in the States or did he leave? Diddy been diddled. I heard he got hit. Really? That sounds crazy. Um, I don't know, man. It's really crazy. See, when people would do, um, let's say you're a private eye, you're a private investigator. You get one piece of information. Let's say you find a guy's girlfriend's house, right? Then from that piece of information, you'll get more information. Like you find out what kind of car he's driving now. Now you might can run the records and find out what his tag number is. Now you can find out where that vehicle is registered at or something, right? Let's say you build your case. Right now, they might have a little bit of evidence and they're taking their time and they're building their case. That's how they did with R. Kelly. They built the case, interviewed people, got some more people, and built the case, a bigger case and a bigger case. So right now they may be building a case on the information that they have. They might not have much right now, but especially if they make it, if it's like a RICO type case, they can take their time and build on what they have, then build more and more. I mean, I don't know if this is what they're doing, but this is what they could do. He got caught up in Miami. His dealer did with him there. See, this is the thing. Let's say they get his dealer, right? They got his dealer, his drug mule, I heard, or something, right? What they can do is threaten the dealer to say, "Hey, we're gonna give you 1,000 years in jail if you don't turn on Mr. Diddy." Now, once he says, "Oh snap, I better turn on this guy, or I'm up," then he'll give up Diddy, give up more information, and then guess what? Now they got a third or fourth person to go after. They're gonna build on what they got. So they're gonna continue building on what they got. They might not have a lot now. What's gonna happen now, each day you're probably gonna hear more and more people, other drug dealers they deal with, other people they deal with, sex workers that they deal with. If he was hiring like male sex workers, some of those guys are gonna start to come out. Some of the other women that was involved. Eventually, it's all gonna come out. That's why it's a game you can't win being reckless like that. Even if you're a normal guy just hooking up with women, you got to be careful, because if you're a celebrity, you're a moving target. And I'm not saying this means he's innocent, but if you have that kind of money, everybody's going to want a piece of you. The rats come out when the ship is sinking. That's what we're going to be looking at. Right now, the feds are setting up the rat trap. That's what's going on right now, in my opinion. They're gonna get people to rat on each other, people to snitch on each other. Everybody that he's done anything with, anybody he's hung out with, anybody he's done drugs with, or whatever he's done freaked off with, they're gonna and they could subpoena them and have them come to court. But right now, they're going to go after them and anybody that has any kind of freedom that they could lose behind this case. Once they find a hold of them, they're going to threaten them. They say, "Hey, you better give me what I want." And we want Sean Puffy Combs. We want to put his self away for 100 years. You think 50's hit? For 50 Cent, he helped in the court of public opinion. He helped bring him down because he put a documentary out. He put that documentary out, and like I think it was Surviving Diddy or something. See, once you get a reputation, that's why you always got to go. I think the laws of power, they say you always got to guard your reputation. If they don't Epstein. That's possible. I don't know how far the rabbit hole goes. How far does it go? Who else is going down with him? It's gonna be some wild stuff coming out, man. I I think we're gonna hear a lot of all of the dirty laundry is coming out. Like it's gonna trickle out because that's how they're building their case. They're gonna get um everybody involved with him. Almost to the point, if you had a cup of coffee with Diddy, they're gonna be asking you, well, when you had that cup of coffee with Diddy, did he try anything? Was he raping somebody? Was he touching somebody at the event? It's a wild thing, man. When Diddy made that when they had making the band and he made those kids made the group walk for cheesecake at Junior's Cheesecake, I always thought that was a funny situation because I feel like a straight man doesn't play those kind of power games. That's something that's a feminine type of act. Like that's a feminine type of thing. Like wait, what I mean is, you got like a gay dude or a female that comes into a little power and say, "Hey, I'm gonna make you walk for cheesecake." Who do stuff like that? You know what I'm saying? If you're a straight dude who play them kind of power games, and I seen that's what Puffy did. It was unnecessary and kind of strange, you know, unless it was for TV too. That's a possibility, but I just saw it as like, yo, he's trying to do a power play. Somebody that gets a little bit of power and they can't handle their power. But you're gonna see a lot of ratting, a lot of stitching. No one wants to be on the side of this. That's why if you ever meet somebody or hang out with somebody and they're into that kind of thing, a P, if you get what I'm saying, they're into P, you know, you don't want nothing to do with them, man, because you basically have a chance for you to go up forever. I mean, they're building a case against this guy, and they might take their time. They're gonna put his ass away. Like they want him. They want him, man. They are on Diddy's ass. They want this guy, and they are gonna use they're gonna turn people on him. They're gonna get people to turn on against him, people to rat him out, people to snitch him out. You don't want to be next to this kind of heat. That's why, like the guy, Jeffrey Blankstein. If you know a guy like Jeffrey Blankstein, and you know he's into that kind of thing, you don't want nothing to do with a guy like that. If you know that somebody's into that kind of thing, you don't want nothing to do with that because basically you can get caught up by association. You don't want nothing to do with a person like that. Certain things you don't want nothing to do with. Yeah, I would say that the investigation is moving fast. I say probably in the next couple months, in the next month or month and a half, they're gonna be ready to charge him. They're gonna get some information, unless there can be a deal to be made. And who's making a deal with Diddy? And what I mean by that, who's powerful enough more than Diddy? Diddy is the big fish. They're going after Diddy. So who is bigger than Diddy that they're going to go after? Is there somebody above Diddy? I mean, I don't want to sound blasphemous because I'm a Christian, but the only thing bigger is God or someone. He's at the top. So if there's someone bigger than him, it's like aiming a rifle at God. How you gonna take down somebody bigger than Puffy? Who does Puffy have that he could give up? Does he have anybody he could give up that he could rat on? Um, Collateral damage warranted if they've been messing with Pete. He's made a business out of extortion. Six part he played along. Hillary hilarious. Yeah, it's nobody else that Diddy can give up and get away with. There's a guy who was named Old White Dude. Now if there's someone higher than Diddy, they probably got politician connections. They probably got political connections. Um, and I mean I don't know. I mean I don't know if he could give the guy up or give a person up because basically how how you gonna give up somebody that high up? When you're that high up, you're protected. You know, when you're at a level where you can call a U.S. senator, when you could get on the phone with the president, you can get on the phone with leaders of other countries or something like that. If you're on that level, how can somebody set you up? You can find a way. You can find a way out of your trouble. You can find a way to get out of it, and you can probably get somebody snipped out of here and get away with it. So it's a lot. It's a lot in play right now. Um, I don't know. I think this is Puffy is done. They want his ass, man. They want him on a silver platter. You see, when God is on your side, all things are possible. Unfortunately, God died in 1967. Well, I'm still a Christian, man. I believe, man. I try not to do the wrong thing, man. And I try to pray on a lot of stuff. I'm not saying that's what that's for everybody, but that's what I do, man. Um, Sometimes you could bring wickedness upon your own house. Sometimes you could bring wickedness, to your family ties. Yeah, I mean, I think you should try to stay positive and do the right thing, man. It's like God don't like ugly. God, doesn't like you doing certain things, and it comes back on you. Yeah, we'll see. I think it's old. I think this is with him. I don't know if there's anybody else he can give up. So they want Diddy. Um, his best move. Um, if he had got to talk to Cassie privately, but I mean, you're doing all that kind of stuff, man. When it gets out that you're into that kind of stuff and male escorts with your woman and all this weird stuff, it's not gonna look bad. It's gonna make you look like what they call him, the diddler. It's gonna make you look like the diddler. That's what it's gonna make you look like. And then that's when all the other opportunists and other people, let's say you did something kind of sketchy, but the person didn't feel the courage to come out and speak on it. If you did something sketchy, and now since Cassie had came out against him, now basically the floodgates are gonna open up. So it's gonna be interesting. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I believe that this is the end of the line. I don't see him getting no way out of this. Um he's gonna have to fight it. If there's another, I hate to say it like this, if there's another black celebrity that he can give up, maybe that will work. But I don't even know if there's anybody that he could give up. That's the only way I see Puffy getting out of this is giving somebody up, snitching, ratting on somebody. That's the only way that I think that he's gonna get out of this one. Outside of ratting on somebody, if there's anybody he can give up, that's the only way I think Diddy's gonna get out of this one. I think he's done. I think it's a wrap. He's over with. That's the only way he gets out of this. Yeah. I'm about to get up off here, man. If anybody got something they want to add before I leave, let me know. Someone not big enough to reach him. That's the problem. He's so big. He's so big himself as a mogul. Um, let's say another celebrity on his level. If he says, "Hey, if I give you this person, can you cut my years in half?" And even if he does give him up, I think they're gonna he's gonna have to get some years. Like he's gonna have to get some time. As an eternal optimist, perhaps the end of the Illuminati is at hand. Maybe, I don't know. Um, you know, it, I don't know. It depends on who's at the top and who gets dealt with. I don't know. It may be just one major person, you know, but dismantling that whole organization, I don't know if they're going to be able to do that. Yeah, I don't know if they're going to be able to dismantle that whole organization because basically Diddy is going to have to give up some major people. He's going to have to give up some major people. And is that possible? Or if they get word that he's giving them up, is he going to be found somewhere? Because he's at the top himself. How higher does it get than Puff? So it's a wild game. I don't know how this thing ends. He's either gonna get put away forever, or he's gonna cut a deal if he can cut a deal. I would say now the reputation that Puffy has, I would say is deal. Let's make a deal. It's deal time. Let's make a deal because, oh man, it looked bad. It looked bad. They're getting in his stuff. So he better cut a deal. Keanu said, the Hollywood parties, they have been talking about it. Take it easy, my brother. Stay safe. Well, I appreciate you. DC says, what's going on with the Gen X and other generations? The rope has been tightened around their neck for years. It's coming. That's true. But who are the top guys? Are they touchable? You know what I'm saying? Who's running? When it comes to that organization, who's running the shop? Who's running the shop? Are they ever going to be touched? There's a lot of confusion on who's running the shop in that organization. So if you get Puffy and a few of the workers, is it going to stop that whole organization? I don't know. Like corporations, they stop and rebuild. I have a business on Main Street. I closed my offices in Main Street, burn it down, destroy it. Then I go on Wilshire Boulevard and open up a whole nother building and start up in another building. Corporate restructuring. They could just rebuild their organization somewhere else. When you are a puppet master, what you do, you can let your puppets get arrested, and then you can get new puppets. He's gonna have to make a deal, or he's gonna have to eat this. And it doesn't look good for him. He's gonna have to try to make a deal. I would be looking for a deal as soon as possible because they are on him. I would be looking to make a deal ASAP. The confusion is intentional. It's the right people in the right places willing to do the right things. Sound refreshing, don't it? Yeah. It's crazy, man. It's wild. I mean, we'll see, man. But I think it's time for Puffy to be thinking about who he can give up. That's I'm not saying I'm a snitch or nothing, but I think that's the only option he has at this point, man. Because they are determined. They raided Miami mansion and they raided the LA mansion. They are on his ass. They are trying to get this Negro. And basically, man, they are gonna build a case against him. Anybody that's done anything with him, anybody that's done any drugs with him, anybody that he's had sex with, anybody he's paid for sex, any of his girlfriends, they're gonna come after all of them and say, you better lawyer up. You better give us what we looking for. So he's gonna have to try to make a deal. That's the only thing that I can see that he's gonna be able to do. But I'm about to shut this thing down, man. I appreciate everybody that came through. I appreciate you. Please subscribe to my channel. We deal in all kinds of content, from celebrities to male influence content. Please go to my channel and subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. I really appreciate it if you do. Um, that's what we are trying to build. We're trying to go to 1,000. Thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you, Super King Anthony. I appreciate that. And Jay says, can you imagine the power as a people we could bear if we stood up for what we instinctually know is right? It starts off with us now. If we ignore their puppets, the puppet masters lose power. And I'm gonna leave it on that. Thanks, man. Thanks for coming through, everybody. And like I always say, remember, fellas, it's a stick up. Peace. I'm out of here.